And where we had left off was Miss Merkuri visited the office of Investigator Jaden Stillwaters et al. As there are four others who have returned to reunite after some downtime. Miss Merkuri said, "Yeah, I'm getting some weird readings off this burning tower," and Jaden excused herself politely to go change for the investigation. That is an extreme synopsis. But we'll pick up here since we have a little over an hour left, and hopefully you'll have fun or exploration or whatever's going to happen when it happens. But before we leave the office, Jaden, as you're gone for a couple minutes to powder your nose. When you do come back, I mean, if others need to prep or do anything too, you're certainly welcome to. Jaden had left the office, for you. There's still some food you could pick at. But yeah, when Jaden returns after powdering her nose, what does she look like?
So it's a completely different set of armor. Seems a little bit more bulky. There's a... There seems to be indentations or plates where plates normally aren't, especially along the knuckles and the side of the helmet. There is black and red. There's a black and red near cape to the back of it, along with full array in the front. The shield itself is still that of green shield, but the entirety of the shield itself, rather than using the sharp yellows in the background, has been created into black and red motifs as well, in order to end up making everything match up. Very much a Mesomaskin here sort of, or Shadowheart here style garb for the most part. Probably goes along with the dresses that she's been purchasing, or maybe that's just the fashion that she's become accustomed to in her time here. By the time she comes out, there's definitely something to it. There's powerful, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Very nice. Where'd you get that one?
Something that was kept in cold storage.
Cold storage.
Do not wear in case of until emergencies.
Ha.
It looks pretty fancy. Good on you.
And in that, she speaks in Abyssal. Thank you.
I don't understand what you said.
Hey,
Yeah,
just smile and nod.
Interesting. It sounds kind of familiar, Mordecai. It's kind of like if you speak. If you speak French, you might be able to pick up a little bit on Italian, but it's like a weird accent. Like it's just not really done. I don't know. It's
Mordecai, would you hand me my special hat?
It's quite alright. It's still something I'm experimenting with.
Oh, it's pretty fancy.
Wow.
Miss Merkuri, anything from you before you lead them to the tower?
It's very interesting.
Very black and red.
Primarily, I stay quiet and observe, noticing the decal. But otherwise, remain quaint, modest.
Let's not sell it short. Miss Merkuri were the one that was capable of getting the armor to work properly.
Yes.
Properly.
It possessed a strange magic upon it. It's one I've, been investigating in relations to this tower phenomenon.
So you're an Arcanist as well?
Yes. I would not be scouting for the college otherwise.
Fair enough. Are you thinking something like a wizard's university, or are we talking about a bard's college?
I'm believing a wizard's university is most called for in this particular area.
Fair.
Why mention a bard's college?
No reason. Just there's different schools for learning different things, so...
This is true. Perhaps you would wish to advocate for one.
I didn't learn from a bard's college. I just kind of picked things up as I went along.
An entrepreneur of sorts.
An arcane tinkerer is like how I like to think of myself.
Then I shall think of you the same.
Shall we get going?
Yes.
Well, certainly.
All right.
Allow me to arrange the travel, if you could all follow me.
Proceed.
Come up, buddy. Come on. No, I'm just gonna rub on my knee. All right, that works too. All right, so you hit the streets of Mask of Horns, and it's still crowded. You know, the day has passed, and you make your way with Miss Merkuri's guidance to through the streets, headed ever closer and closer to the tower, and I wonder if I can find... I'll have to do some searching to see now if there's something else that's a little bit better for me to use, but you know, you all get the gist so far, or still, of what's going on here. And you reach the cleared out public square that is surrounded by refurbished or redeveloped buildings. And of course there's a couple little observation towers that was mentioned before, where there are some clerics of Ouijas, there's some other researchers, and of course there's, you know, normal beat cops that are keeping people moving along. Because this is a point of interest, it is getting people to come to the city to see, but it's also treated as something that's very dangerous. And so they don't want anyone to linger, because people have been going missing, and you know, their last known whereabouts was somewhere in the tower square. So Miss Merkuri, you said that you were getting some strange feelings from the tower, and well, I mean, you have a magical tinkerer, and you have others with various skills that may be able to be put to use to help you out here. And when you reach the square, everything seems normal. The one of the Ouijas watchtower, and when I say that, it's like, think almost like a lifeguard, whatever, seat on a beach, except it's a little platform where, you know, there's like a little half desk and a chair, and you know, so one person comfortably, two people, if they're kind of cozy with each other, can sit in a raised environment and just observe, or you know, cast a ritual if they need to, or some, you know, things along those lines. And so you are here. There's a crowd. There's a couple dozen people at any point in time, just wandering along. And that would include a sprinkling of these constables and the occasional researcher up here. And so here you are. What do?
So, what is our first course of action here? Because the fires don't go out with water, and they hurt you psychically.
I see.
I should know. I touched it.
You touched it.
Yes.
Interesting.
He's an idiot like that.
professional idiot.
An idiot of the highest professional standards.
Yes. You're muted, Fluff.
And it wasn't my fault. I want to make that clear.
Yes, I'm a professional idiot. I touched it because it seemed like the next logical conclusion aside from just bamfing myself inside.
Turns out that would have been a bad idea.
Yes.
Huh. I mean, after all, what is science but experimentation? You don't know unless you try. And
Exactly.
sometimes-
Yeah, that's a really good way to look at it.
I try to gear myself towards optimism these times.
You prefer optimism, and right here, pardon. What was the name you're using?
Kerbottom.
Wicker bottom.
Wickerbottom here prefers immolation.
Sure.
I'm excited that I invited you along then, Miss Wickerbottom.
Guess I should probably cast another disguise self at some point before we head out. Just mark that spell used.
So you're on the scene here. You've re-upped your disguise self, and in the comings and goings of the citizenry that are here in this watched area, there is a tiefling in particular who is by the wall. Which itself, it's not that you're not allowed by the wall. It's just no loitering. Just keep moving. Regard what you want to do. And what this tiefling is doing is just taking a walk, and he has his tail. That is, his tail is running in the grout seam that's between some stones in the wall. Kind of similar to, I don't know, if you're walking upstairs, you have a handrail, or I don't know, you're in the grocery store and you walk past the area where they have those like 20-pound bags of rice, and you just are compelled to slap one. Just to.
I think that's just you, Matty.
What?
That's a whole
We all
need
do
for
it,
the
right?
Suggestion spell. Only use for the suggestion spell.
Yeah. Well, so he's running his tail in the groove between the blocks here, and there is an IE scream as you all turn, and there is a hand that is reaching through the brick wall and has grabbed this tiefling and grabbed the tiefling by the tail and is pulling the tiefling through the stonework.
I want to stop whatever that is, and I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame.
Are you able to not be surprised?
Well, no.
Okay. Then what we can do is we can roll into initiative.
All right.
Yeah, some initiative.
I didn't expect that. I guess that's why we're surprised.
Ta-da!
Except
Wow!
Oh my. Oh my.
Cleric initiative.
Oh my.
Law the
my.
cleric. Yeah.
There's two nat ones on initiative.
I'm the new cleric, y'all.
Yeah, well, I mean, you kind of are. So, how many?
I took Magic Initiate and took Sacred Flame as a spell, so...
If only you'd taken magic initiative.
Oh, goodness. So, yeah, Kaz,
My Jack of all trades did not help me in that regard.
boy, so we have Casimir and Mordecai seeing, I guess, which one's the bottom here, as they both roll ones. And,
However,
we have, Bright is on a very spunky 9. Wow, that puts you leaps and bounds ahead of others here.
At least it's not red.
Yes, you did not
I'm
get
on
on
a-
that one.
I'm on a 15. However, our investigator Stillwaters has a
Has a
our
feat.
investigator Stillwaters cannot be surprised. So
Indeed. So the investigator will get to act on this turn. However, all of you, even the investigator here, apparently have been taken by shock and surprise by the events of who would suspect a stone wall would just reach out and grab someone and pull them in? I guess the investigator should always suspect something. But we're going to end up going Professor Cypher. Then it's going to be Merkuri. If she does, I mean, it's good she's in initiative, but I don't know what she might do. If it puts her at risk or not, it's going to be her call. I don't think she's giving an IE and clutching her purse, but we'll find out. This could be telling. Then we have Jaden. Then we have Bright. Then we have Mordecai. So I guess it's Mordecai and Kaz. You're on the bottom here. So there we go. We are going to begin. I've done what I'm going to do. I've pulled a tiefling into a stone wall, and that is a surprise. So surprise, and then we're going to go to. Jaden. What are you doing on this surprise?
I'm going to chase after this. This person was clearly, to my understanding, this person was clearly pulled against their will. So,
Okay.
Chasing after.
Okay. For
Fear that
this,
I'm about to run face first into a brick wall.
well. Oh, hey, Torpid Network. Thank you for the raid. 16 folks coming by. Raid. Thank you.
Sound of feasting.
I misread that as Torpor Network. I was gonna be like,
Hey.
oh boy,
That's the next coterie.
it's the Torpor Network.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good
Sound
name.
of feasting.
I'll have to think about that.
I still hold that I end up having the best coterie name ever.
Yeah.
Low Birth Solution.
For purposes of the narration of what you're seeing here, we're going to treat the. There's obviously a big cylinder. We're going to treat the boundaries as the brick wall, and I'm going to say on any given side, there's about 60 feet between the wall and then the closest building, and there is a bunch of citizenry that's still around. So depending on what you're doing, there might be innocents if you care about such things. Maybe you don't. That's up to you. And so I'm gonna have you all. You've entered the square, and I'm gonna put you right in the middle. You're 30 feet from the closest building. You're 30 feet from the wall. And the tiefling that was pulled in was kind of making his way around from where you're at. So we're gonna call that 80 feet away. Where the tiefling was pulled in, just seeing what was happening. So, Jaden, here you are. On the diagonal, you're 80 feet away from the point that the tiefling was pulled in. Otherwise, I don't know. What would you like to do?
Well, at this point, I'm going to end up using my I'm going to use my bonus action to almost blink out of existence. Well, more accurately, fall through the pavement and suddenly arrive someplace else.
Okay.
Again, with that first step forward, it's almost like there's no ground falling into a swimming pool, except the swimming pool just turns into this mass of black hair that suddenly goes up over and slides into the stonework, and then suddenly reappears immediately elsewhere. And Jaden is running full sprint towards that wall.
Okay.
Should have given me a full 90 feet of movement.
Yep, you're able to reach that area, and as you do, Jaden, it feels like there is heat radiating off of the bricks, and they even have like a glow. Now, none of the other bricks that have been surrounding this place have this same effect. It's just where this manifestation occurred, but it's like you're looking. It's almost like you can see a light behind the brick wall, and there's a heat coming off.
And I've seen this, like, this person just fell through it like as if it was an illusion.
No, it was a hand reached out, grabbed the tail that was tracing along like the grout line, and pulled the person through the wall.
So that would imply that this wall can open.
That would imply, I will do my best to confirm it, because top of the initiative for everyone, and I get to go.
Well, I'm hitting the wall running.
All right, yeah, you're right on the scene there, and
Just to clarify, this
Yes.
person has gone through the wall entirely?
was grabbed by a big hand that reached through the stone wall and pulled the person through, but the wall still appears to be intact.
Okay.
Right.
I thought you meant like it was like a gap in the wall, but
Oh.
you actually meant like through the wall. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So, we didn't Jello Man or whatever, Kool-Aid Man through the wall. Jello Man would create a whole different scene.
Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure how to take that information. I'm
Yep,
still
sorry.
not sure, truthfully.
I should have been more specific. It was the wall is still intact. The hand just sort of reached out and then pulled the person through the wall.
Okay.
There's a Rama.
Much more prepared now.
All right. Now, what is going to happen in front of you, Jaden, is the wall will glow with heat, and a figure about 15 feet tall is going to step out and almost over you here. Very lanky, covered in all kinds of spikes and protrusions, and has very, tieflingish look. It has horns. It does have a tail. Its eyes are set kind of far apart. It looks like a twisted, distorted version, and where its chest should be is exposed. And you can see, like, the meat inside this thing. And almost acting like a cage are its ribs. And the tiefling that it grabbed is, like, you see a face and an arm, like, between the ribs, like, sticking out as it's gurgling and like, it's choking on a scream. As this thing has been, I guess, placed inside the creature that has emerged from the wall. It might be undead. I mean, you're seeing juicy bits and bone. You're seeing like protrusions and skin that almost appears mummified. This is your call and interaction. However, what is going to happen next is I need you. Actually, I need to hit you. It's gonna look down, and with its claws, it's gonna go and try and grasp at you.
Okay.
First claw does a 29 hit.
Oh.
Oh no.
Wow. Yep, that hits.
Okay.
Nothing I can do without that one.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
too far
that's-
away from me to cut that.
This is going to be 15 slashing damage.
Oh, okay. I was actually concerned for a second.
And 21 necrotic damage.
Yeah. I'm going to name necrotic.
Okay. That absorb was... Oh, you like capture some of it and you're gonna deliver it back?
Yep.
Okay. So that was its first claw.
Mm-hmm.
Claw number 2, 17. I don't think 17 hits you?
Nope.
Okay. Alright.
I'm just currently doing the math because I now have resistance, so that drops to a 10, so that's just 25. Okay.
Alright, and then, it is, it's finished its turn. It's standing, on the other side of you, so you are sandwiched between the wall and it.
Oh, goody.
And, with the size of the creature for the rest of the party that was on the scene, it would end up being, let's see, I said 80 from the... So it'd be 70 feet away from you. So now we go to Professor Cypherius. 70 feet away, this really big bone thing has come out of the wall and has been, took a swipe at Jaden. And it also is sort of like spaghetti slurping in a tiefling into its ribcage.
Yes. I don't like that. Give me a moment, as I need to check something.
As you're checking, it's going to go Merkuri, Jaden, Bright for the next 3 up.
Yep. Right, so... 70 feet. Alright, so I'm going to move 30 feet towards it.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I am going to cast... X.
Okay.
I am naming it Strength.
Okay.
It also lasts, its concentration up to 24 hours. And as an action, it's time. It is time for some blasts of the Eldritch kind.
Okay. What do your Eldritch Blasts look like as you fire them off?
So you'd see that in his gauntleted hand appear these set of floating orbs of energy that seems to flow with some strange geometries, which are being flung at high speed at this where the creature is. Well, that was ignore that last one. That last one's not meant to be there. It just double clicked on me. It was just the first 3.
Well, if it's only fair that I hit Derek on a 29, I suppose you can hit my monster with a 29 in return.
Yep. Now, does necrotic damage do anything?
Yeah, you're the rider, the hex rider on your bolts here are taking effect.
All right, so roll the 3 damages, 10 and 12, and 10 and 12 is 22, plus 7 is 29, and then I roll 3d6. 39 points of damage all up, and a mixture of force and necrotic.
Okay.
And I'm moving 30 feet towards it.
All right, yeah, so you were 40 feet away, and you Eldritch blasted into it.
Yes.
All right. Miss Merkuri, this is quite... I mean, I don't know if you expected this per chance when you were just like, oh, I got some anomalous readings. Although I think we've all seen enough Star Trek that whenever like someone says that, of course. What are you doing, as it is your initiative, Mercury?
Oh, no. I was not in that kind of situation. Oh, dear. I look to the nearest of the company, and I'd hate to make myself this kind of person in front of them, but I go ahead and hide myself behind them.
Okay. That's fine. So you are taking cover behind, I guess. Well, Casimir, Mordecai, and Bright are still there. Jaden.
You don't want to
rushed
take cover
ahead.
behind me. I'm too small.
Yeah. She'll protect those fancy new boots you have. Okay, so Mercury dashes behind in a startled state. Jaden, what are you doing? It'll be Jaden, Bright, Mordecai, and then Kaz.
What you doing, Jaden?
Well, I clearly need to keep this thing's attention. So I am going to draw out the blade and the sun blade and activate it.
Okay.
And I believe I'm still on 2 attacks a turn. Does a 19 hit?
Yes, it does.
3. Jack.
You have 3 attacks.
Yeah. Don't know why I thought 2. 15?
Nope.
24, I'm assuming?
Yes.
I cannot roll radiant damage for any of it.
Yeah, the Radiant's having a little bit of trouble on you. It's okay.
So how am I reading this radiant that it's split? Am I taking the 14 and the 13, or
You're
what's
taking
the
15 and 14.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's
Yeah, it's added
Total.
together. It's just separate. It's divided up to make it in case of resistances.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
It's not. That's actually not the division. The division is from. The division happens because of the fact that it's a versatile weapon.
Oh, so it is just the 14 and the 13 then.
Okay.
Yeah.
give me one
That's fine.
second.
All right. So Bright, Mordecai, Kaz.
Okay, so I'm not surprised. Have we determined that I'm not surprised at this point?
Correct. We are in authentic
Okay.
round 1.
Okay, and now, so he's standing out in the open?
Yes. Well, is I guess technically 5 feet away from the wall, since Jaden is sandwiched between this thing and the wall. There are some innocents that are kind of cowering and screaming nearby.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and see. I've been practicing a lot of new spells because fireball. It gets so boring, and also it's not really very useful in situations like this where where there's innocent people everywhere. So
Oh, Maddie,
Yes.
real quick. Does this creature constitute as undead in your world?
What do you mean?
Well,
Is it undead?
Is it undead?
I would like to know as well.
No, because that actually affects how much damage I'm about to do.
What
The
is
Sunblade does
happening?
extra damage to undead.
Okay. In this case, then the Sunblade does not vibrate or react. As it would to
I
undead.
need to double check.
Yep.
Because you screwed around with monster profiles before.
No, I understand. You have a clue to give you a determination, perhaps, about what it is or isn't. So yeah, I just need to know how you're determining that instead of just me telling you straight up. But no, if you have something that would otherwise trigger on an undead, that is not going off right now.
okay, so yeah. So anyway, yeah. So trying not to use so many fireballs,
Yes.
especially in populated urban areas. I have much more precise aim these days.
Oh, yeah.
So that is, I believe that's a constant. No, it's a dex save.
All right.
Ooh. I like that.
Oh! Oh no! Oh,
All right.
Okay, that's probably not gonna pass.
That is just gonna miss, yeah.
Definite fail. Yeah, so that's 73 force damage.
All
There
right.
it is.
Parts of it are disintegrated.
Okay. It's still up. This force roils over, and you see like this mummified skin starting to like peel and disintegrate, and this thing, this person that was inside its chest, just screams again, and, like even the arm that was kind of sticking out, kind of like just turns into dust, and yeah, I mean you ravage this thing, but it is still functional.
Oh, for a lot longer, it's not.
Well, we'll find out. We have Mordecai and Kaz. What are you doing? I'm sorry, unless Bright, did you want to move or anything?
So how far away from it am I? Because disintegrate.
You're 70 feet away.
That's a good distance. I'll stay here.
Okay. Okay, so then you would have had to, move up 10, so you're 60 feet
I
away?
think disintegrate is 120. Let me double check.
Okay.
It's only 60. Okay, so I go 10 feet closer.
Sure,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
yep,
move
you're
10 feet
60
closer.
feet. Okay, so Mordecai, what do? You're 70 feet away.
What do indeed.
Animal.
Okay. So, Mordecai steps closer to Bright, and I'm gonna try and specifically aim this so that I don't hit the person that's inside this creature. But I pull a sunburst pendant from my neck,
Okay.
Oh.
and I speak a few words, and I cast Dawn.
Okay.
See, this brings up a question from me to you, Coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like how Celine used to cast Dawn?
Oh yes, it does.
So, yeah, you get the angel shining the beam of death from above.
Okay, you are going to catch innocence in this. Is that okay?
I want to catch. I'm aiming this specifically so that it's like either on the wall or inside the wall for the rest of the beam, but I'm gonna catch this thing in it.
Okay.
I don't know if that's gonna hit Jaden or not.
So are you comfortable catching Jaden then? If you're going to sort of like, I guess, take most of the effect off the map by kind of like sinking it into the wall, I get what you're going for there, but you would hit Jaden. Is that okay?
Jaden's a pretty hardy person. I'm pretty sure that she's got this.
All right, so Jaden and I are going to play Constitution saving throw chicken here. And...
Not yet. Wait, so
Mhm.
just appears? Oh no, when the cylinder appears. Yep. Okay. Yeah, it does proc when the cylinder appears. So yeah, it's a con save.
All right. I'm going to presume a 12 is under what I need.
You have to make a 17.
All right.
And Jaden
Oh,
does.
Jaden's, yeah. Jaden, the light shines on you from above. This is your moment to shine.
Jaden only
Nine.
takes 10. The creature
9.
takes 19.
Okay.
9 for Jaden.
9 for Jaden.
You ran down for
Okay.
Does it look? I want to quickly. Does it look as if it's particularly harmed by radiant damage?
There's
More so than anything else.
I mean, y'all been flaying at it. It's not screaming or going, curse you, whatever. It's
yeah.
soaked it up, and it's still looking menacing. not soaked in as it's ignored it. You've actually, the radiant damage comes down and sort of like the skin bubbles like you would in a microwave because that's radiant damage. So you're microwaving it.
Okay, but it doesn't look like it's taking damage more than, say, Cypher's Eldritch Blast.
No, it's
It's just a creature. It's not a fiend or anything like that. That's radiant, vulnerable.
It's not undead.
No.
It is a
I mean,
creature. You can target it as per a creature, but
even if
Well,
it were
that-
a fiend, a lot of fiends don't have vulnerability to any kind of damage.
Well, that beam's gonna stay right there,
sure.
unless it moves. Then it's gonna move with it.
Okay.
So, bonus action.
Ooh.
I am going to throw Jaden an inspiration.
Okay. Your
Starts-
inspiration rides down on this beam of sunlight.
Exactly. This angel of death appears in the sky, and Jaden,
It's
you are
inspired
inspired
not
by
to
the
stand
song.
in the beam anymore.
Yeah, there you go, Jane. This angel appears in the sky. You look up, and for a moment, you can see up its dress, and you're inspired.
And all its divine light.
It's all right. Probably if in anime they had that convenient like sunbeam going right through the part that would get them. You can't broadcast that, so. All right, Casimir, what are you doing?
We must be
Alright.
watching different anime.
He's 70 feet away from me, right?
Yes, 70 feet away from you.
Perfect. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
If it'll go. And I am going to dash forward.
Got it.
Get
It has
right up to
been
him.
hexed and it's been marked.
I think we've just abandoned Mercury.
Yeah, Mercury, you're just and suddenly everyone.
It's okay. You can hide behind me.
Yeah, you just got to move up 10 feet.
You'll
and
just
squat.
have to kneel down a little first.
Oh, brave bright, thank you. All right, so yeah, your Mark and Cypher's Hex are kind of duking it out for status condition here, and you're dashing forward, which actually it would put you on it because you have 35 feet of
Yep.
movement, being a sand elf.
Right there.
Yeah. All right, you're all up ons. Very cool. Okay, it comes back up to me, and what I am going to do then, I am going to ask Jaden and Casimir.
You're making a con save first, though.
Oh, is that
Start a turn.
Start of your turn. Yep. You
Oh.
start your turn in the beam. You can take damage,
Oh, all right.
and I will roll that damage.
Yep.
There
Gimme damage.
It is 10.
All right.
10 damages. You saved.
we go. Wah, wah.
Okay. So it is going to move away, and so well, actually it doesn't need to yet. I'm going to do something first. I need Jaden and Casimir to make a Constitution saving throw. Haha, both of you need to make a con save. Oh, Jaden.
Oh
no.
my god.
Don't
It's all right. Jaden looks to
It's
Casimir.
not gonna
Casimir to
roll
Jaden. We're in this together, right? All right. So, both of you are going to take 42 necrotic damage.
Oh, how about that?
Now, that's a question.
Mhm.
Okay, you did have a turn before. Another thing. Okay. Just. Yep.
All right. Both of you are still up.
That being said, it's a new round, correct?
Yes,
is.
this is the start of a new round.
Okay.
Jaden hasn't taken a turn yet, so your reaction's not refreshed.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay. So 42 necrotic to each of you. And as that happens, the innocents in a 20-foot radius around here collapse and wither.
God damn it.
Shit.
As they also like shrivel and mummify as this necrotic waves just bursts off of this thing.
No, you'd have your reaction because you took a turn and haven't used your reaction since.
No, has she?
Yeah, because remember surprise round. Surprise round was when the absorb elements happened.
No, the surprise round was the tiefling was pulled through the wall.
No.
Round one
the
official
first
was
attack-
when it stepped out and it.
Yeah, the first attack. If the first attack it made, Jaden used absorb elements, and then it was Jaden's turn when the reaction would refresh.
until-
So you would have your
Oh yeah,
reaction.
Jaden. Yeah, you
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, you do go after this thing.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
you
that
could
was my fault.
you can absorb element this if you wish.
Mm.
Which
Okay, I
also
was
gets
just,
the
no,
rate
I was
42 up.
I was just wondering because you have resistance until the start of your next turn.
Oh
So
yeah,
I was
no,
establishing-
that's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely not willing to take that, so burn another spell slot.
Halve it again. So it's 21.
That's what you have spell slots for.
Yeah. Well, that's what keeps me standing right now. This thing's almost knocked half my health out in 2 rounds.
Jesus
Oof.
Christ.
All right.
Well,
it's-
all right.
And I know I'm very, very squishy for a tank. I only have 131 XP or HP. So,
I have 107, so.
You guys have 100?
Yeah.
It is going to make a claw attack against you then. And
Against
seven-
who?
Against Jaden.
Okay. One
that
second.
will not hit.
It's not gonna hit.
Doesn't.
However, I got 2 claws, one for the each of you. Casimir, you put a hunter's mark on this thing.
I did, and because it's made an attack against Jaden, I get to attack.
All right.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
been your reaction.
Oh, geez, and I doubt a
That-
13's gonna hit you, Kaz. So
And I didn't. Well, I'm grateful for that because I already used my reaction. So
19 will hit, and it is going to take 12.
And you'll get Colossus Slayer and Hunter's
Yeah.
Mark.
Ah, 4 rolls on those.
However,
Oh my.
oh wait, no, that's an opportunity attack. Yeah, no, okay.
Okay, so it bursts necrotic energy. There's like 6 dead innocent people around here. It goes claw, and it roars, and then you see that like where there's the remains of the tiefling that was in its chest, the ribs kind of go and like slurps the thing in, and there's like a crunching sound. And as that happens, you see that some of its injuries begin to heal over.
Yeah, it can do that. That's a thing you can do. Alright,
No,
we're gonna have to take this out quick then.
And
Keeping it as quick as I can. I'll let it eat you. Apparently that's bad.
Oh yeah. But, no, it means I've got an idea.
we
Casimir's not in my dawn beam, is he?
no.
No.
Okay.
Maybe we could just feed him like a whole lot of those like burritos I just had, and maybe he'll just have like a food coma.
Well, that would make it my turn then, yes?
Yes, it is Professor Cypherius, and then it is Miss Merkuri.
How far away is it from me?
You were 40 feet away from it.
Right, so I'm gonna float in 10 feet closer, and as a bonus action, I'm going to mark it with the sacred geometries of the Hexblade's curse.
Okay. It is hexed, it is cursed, and it is marked.
Yes, and now, as an action, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it.
Okay. That'll
22 hit.
Yep.
That's a 15. That's not nice.
That will not hit.
And the third one. Oh, that definitely won't hit.
Also, it must have like flailed as it was. I don't know. It got use of its arm again from healing, kind of wiggled out of the way from your other two. But the one Eldritch Blast is dealing how much damage?
So it will be 6 plus 1d6 plus another 5 for my proficiency bonus.
Go ahead and roll.
So it'll
There you
be
go.
dealing 17 points of damage.
Gotcha.
Now that's a shame. I thought I was going to do more with that. I was hoping for some crits. Didn't happen. Oh well. That was my action, bonus action, and that will be my turn.
All right, Miss Merkuri, the closest person to you here is bright 10 feet away. About whatever, a lot of innocent people had just got nuked by some necrotic wave. There's screaming coming from other parts of this open square. What are you doing?
Oh no! People are dying! No! I have to take action. I can't just hide from this. I take myself within 90 feet of the creature, and I cast Hold Monster.
Oh, cool.
Ooh! That's useful. Make it not able to move out of the light.
All right, that's a save of some kind on my behalf, correct?
Yeah.
I believe it's
Wisdom
wisdom.
save.
I think that's
It
a
is.
wisdom, yeah.
Wisdom save, yep.
Okay.
Uh,
Am I beating your spell save?
yes.
Okay. So you go forward and you project your hands, maybe even your little two-pronged tail forward, and your magic courses through and it shakes off and its chest opens up and just spittle and all sorts of other special effects pour out of it. Anything else from you?
I don't believe I have anything else.
Okay.
Not right.
You were 80... Wait, no, you were 70 feet away from it originally. Did you want to move back 20 feet to be 90, or are you happy where you're at? Or do you want to stand up next to Bright?
You can hide behind me. 10 feet ahead and about 3 feet down.
I'll give you the free diagonal movement.
I'll stay crouched beside Bright.
Sure. Okay. All right. Now we're to Jaden. Jaden, you're on this thing. You're covered in goo and gore.
And I believe I need to roll a Constitution save.
You do.
Yes.
But you save.
17.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
How much damage do I take?
Half of 20, so 10.
Okay.
You may want to fling a healing spell her way once it comes to your turn, Mordecai.
Then we're gonna swing for the fences.
Okay.
Oh, that's a swing for the fences, all right.
All right. A 31 will hit. So we know its armor class is below 31, everyone. 31, 26, and 17. You swung thrice, and all three hit.
And not great damage.
35 isn't terrible. I mean, if you don't think that's enough, you can always take some... Oh, you do also get a d6.
Where do I get the d6 from?
From
Sorry.
Absorb Elements.
Ah, right.
So you get a d6 of necrotic as well. But I mean, if you don't,
your absorbance.
and I mean, if you don't think that's enough damage, you can always just action surge and smack it some more.
I think I will.
Yeah. Do it. Smack it. Just do it.
All right. You're going to continue laying into this. Oh my gosh, that's a crit. 32.
I'm not sure if that hits.
Yeah, and a 26.
And I'm going to use my inspiration. Or no. Let's see what the roll is. 22 still hits?
Inspiration is
Yeah.
good for when you have to
Yeah,
miss.
22 still hits.
So that's 12 damage, another 12, another 22, another 31 points of damage. So 31, 34, 47, 60, 69 points of damage.
Nice.
Nice.
In a round. Yes.
I am exhausted.
Damn it, Maddie!
All right. Jaden, you have this towering, like, 15-foot figure with a roaring, slobbering rib cage that just ate a dude and was probably going to eat another dude until you did what you just did. And I'd like you to describe how your 6 swings with this beam sword.
How do you want to do this?
You defeat the monster, and I'll let you fill in the details.
Well, it's gotta be in true Jaden style, right? So, Jaden ends up trying to slash at this creature, trying to avoid what's left of the individual inside. Hopefully they're still able to be resuscitated. Slicing to its left vertically, and then bringing it again to the right vertically here, almost, and then one above, one below, almost like a proper boxing of it. With the last 2 strikes, the first one ends up cleaving off its left leg, burning it. You can hear the flesh bubbling from the heat of the sword as it's finally rammed through its open mouth as it tries to scream. The flame juts out the back of its head as Jaden ends up thrusting this right down up to the hilt. The guard catches into the teeth, and it's at that point, almost like puppet strings, you end up seeing little black hairs in the wounds. These cauterized wounds start to manifest, but instead of pulling it together, they almost act as springs, throwing all the pieces in separate directions. Almost like a reverse bear trap of some sort.
That's pretty gnarly, dude.
And
I name myself appropriately.
yeah, and as Jaden is laying in the final strikes, you would see that that sacred geometry that Cypher had placed on it earlier seems to glow a little bit, and there's this little blue orb that kind of floats out and into Cypher's hand before disappearing. And it seems that any slightly superficial wounds that he might have had from even being near this thing and it throwing its weight around now gone.
I'm dropping Dawn, and I am running to go cure wounds. In fact, I'm gonna throw down.
Ugh,
What am I
that
doing?
hurt. Ah.
Mercury stifles a chuckle.
I'm gonna throw down a mass cure wounds, so that anyone in the vicinity of Jaden gets 15 hit points.
Okay.
Anyone, so Jaden and whoever else is in the vicinity who wants it gets 15 hit points.
I'll take it.
I don't need it anymore.
Thank you very much, Mr. Silverleaf.
No problem.
Oh,
I run up and I want to see if any of the people are still alive. I do take a quick look back at Miss Merkuri to see why she's laughing.
now she's concerned with human life.
Always concerned with human life. It just
I can
sometimes
choose
doesn't
up
matter.
to 6 creatures, so anything that is still alive will get 15 hit points. So it's Casimir, Jaden, and I think that's it. That's all that's taken it. So 4 other
Yeah.
people also have 15 hit points if they're still alive.
Unfortunately, being a villager doesn't bestow many benefits upon you. They are withered husks.
Methinks that we should take a short rest before we go into that tower.
Or possibly we should take a short evening this scene.
Yeah, short leaving the scene, followed by a short oh, I mean, no, because we fought it. We didn't.
No, let's fight a monster.
Yeah.
My
What are they
goodness.
gonna do?
No. I'd rather not find out though right now.
This is so interesting, though. Why don't we take the opportunity?
I mean, I'm down.
And even more so than that, are
How
there
big
any
is this thing? Oh, there. I mean, so
Uh,
it came out of the building, so it's probably an illusionary wall. We could probably find our way in through there. But how big is this thing? The
15 foot?
remains of it.
yeah, it was about 15 feet head to toe. It was not quite as wide. It was very lanky, very long arms and legs. So probably more like maybe just like 6-7 feet across.
It's about 6 caskets worth right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is now, yeah.
Miss Merkuri, when you wanted to investigate it, what are you thinking? Or do you want to like dissect it? What are you trying to accomplish?
It's so unfamiliar. I approach it. I am
It
very
is.
cautious and look at the pieces, so to speak. I try to see if I can locate the tiefling side of it.
Mercury, as you are investigating this thing, it begins to alight like the tower, including the odd black flames. So you're getting oranges, reds, and blacks, and the thing just kind of burns up so that there's nothing left.
Oh my.
Okay.
I look to the dead bodies and I gather myself and I decide to drag them out of the general vicinity of the flames. At least the ones I can.
Yeah.
I will listen.
I will also assist in that. But no, Cypher looks to the group and he's like, if we are to go in there, and things in there are anything like what we just fought, we are going to want to take a little rest. Not a long one, but a little one, such that we are on the top of our game when we go in.
Bless you.
The sakes. So, Miss Merkuri, I'd love to help you, but I was raised to believe that the women cast the spells and the men drag the bodies. So I'm just going to stand over here.
Way to reinforce those gender roles, right?
All right, so you're starting to drag people away. Of course, the constables are going to come over as well, while this is happening, and while you're tending to the scene, and Jaden, you can interact with the constables to give a report about what happened. Try and help things move easier to continue on. From the edge of the square, Mordecai, as you are tending to the people, you hear a voice say, "That bitch, we're too late. It's all right, boys, come on." And I want you to make a perception at disadvantage to see if you can catch what is quickly happening. You hear, but let's see if you can turn and focus in time. And for a chance of randomness.
Was that me or Bright?
I thought it was everybody.
No. This is Mordecai. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, then that doesn't count.
25. Same as my passive. No, my passive is 27 now.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. You catch Mordecai 3 figures dashing across the square. One of them is holding out some kind of an object in his hand that gives a kind of a glow that matches the tower, and then the 3 figures disappear into the wall away from you. With your perception versus they weren't trying to move stealthily. This was just to how much detail can I give you here? You do a quick double take. Your vampiric senses kind of hone in. You've seen these 3 before. It's an older, like a middle-aged man, and his 2 sons. but they look like half tieflings, but not like you, as in literally half. The left side of one has a horn and a pupilless eye, and the right side of the other has a horn and a pupilless eye.
Oh, it's...
I forgot his name.
Bartolus.
Yeah,
Ben Bartolus and his two sons.
I call out to him.
They've done something to pass through the wall, and they've run inside.
Perchance.
I
dare
am
catch
running.
this.
I am running to go see if I can get in behind them.
Mercury, you can go ahead and make a perception as well.
Alright, give me one moment. How do I roll this?
Flash roll and then whatever.
Yeah, if you want to manually type it, you can. Otherwise, it's you click the skill.
It is not giving me the option to click any skill.
Yeah. Slash roll d20 plus whatever the bonus is.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
No!
Okay. No, the innocent people. Why'd they have to die?
Oh no, the poor people.
Oh no, the people.
As I'm running, I'm quickly casting message. Oh, well, yeah, I have to have my violin out for that. I haven't actually pulled it. So yeah, I am just running.
So Bambartolus and the Janus twins have disappeared into the wall. You arrive there. I mean, the wall is back to where it was built to be.
I try to go through the wall. I touch the wall.
It's solid. When no one's looking,
Well,
even put your tail in the little grout line between the two bricks. You're like, yeah, that does actually kind of feel cool. No, you don't have to.
Now that I have a second, I am going to pluck a string on my violin and cast message to them to see if they actually respond and say, Bambartolus, it's Mordecai.
There is no connection. Boop, boop, boop. The party you're trying to reach.
You might need ascending it.
They're probably in. It's probably a dimensional portal.
It's probably a dimensional portal.
It's awkward. Don't know how.
Bambartolus is here.
Who?
Bartolus bamboozled us.
Again, who?
Yeah. He's this guy that we met. Got a couple of. He married a real fiend, but I mean a real fiend. No, I mean a real fiend. And she well, anyway, she's causing all these problems, and he's probably a good guy, and his sons are probably good guys. And they just ran through this wall here. So it's a long story, but that's the highlights. So he lives in a tree and he makes good gnomish food. He used to.
Used to.
I'm still searching to see if there's anything odd about this wall. Like an activation of some kind or some kind of illusion.
Sure. Go ahead and make an investigation.
Well, that's not my strong suit. We'll find out how that goes. I can look at things. I'm perceptive. I'm not exactly an investigator.
You're okay. So the held something out. It glowed the same color. Clearly, magic is at use here because there's not a door. How do you? There's not a door. What? How do you open? How do you open things? There, you open a key.
Yeah, I've got this key. No, the little doohickey, the little doohickey key. We still have that.
Yeah.
Key.
See if we can like poke it into the wall or something.
Okay, so you do you remember what you got the key? Do you remember what the key was or did or said?
I mean, it was a little tiny dragon thing, and I
Uh-huh.
don't remember what it said. Can I look at it?
No, you can't look at the key you're holding in your hand. That's dumb. Yeah, it's a little silver key that the little phantom Mr. Halver was kind of teasing you with, Bright. And as you were solving the different puzzles that was put before you, there was some like little tumblers that had letters, and the letters ended up indicating a Shadowhar name
That
of
was,
Von Allay.
yeah, Grimhilder von Allay.
Yeah, Grimhilder. It didn't say Grimhilder, so.
Oh,
But
it,
still,
we
that's
knew it was Grimhilder.
presumably that's the character who, in your encounters with her, especially because of what happened with Bambardelus and his sons, she seems to be a favorite or someone in cahoots with this same with this same fiend.
The same fiend.
Yeah,
She's a real witch with a bee.
yeah.
So how do we use the key then?
I don't even know if we do. I just happen to think of it.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen this before. If you would like, I
I-
could take a look and see if we could figure it out.
I mean, if you
I'm
want.
going- I'm going to search the remains of the creature that's burning. It had a way to come out, which would imply it may have something similar in that regard.
So, what? Here's the thought. Why don't we just try to get into the building? It's a wall, but it's a wall that's part of a building, right?
It's a circular wall that's around the perimeter.
Oh,
And
so
for
it's
and
like
for
the
you,
city
Jayden, it
wall?
all evaporated up in flames. There's nothing left behind.
Oh.
So it's like the city wall, or
Yeah,
it's just like the wall of
it's
the
just a freestanding wall that's
Okay.
circling around the ruins. And yeah, the creature did burn up in the similar colored flames.
We could do a flighty trick that you had earlier.
Or add fire. Add fire to the key. Maybe that's it.
I mean, I could try putting. I mean, I could try like putting like a firebolt into it. I don't think that's right. It damage it.
Well, I mean, I could take a look at the key if you'd like.
Yeah, go ahead, take a look. I mean, I've already
I'm
looked at it, but
I'm gonna examine this key, like, real thoroughly.
I know something I don't about it.
Okay, so Professor, you take this silver key. It has a name on it. It certainly is a Shadowhari name.
I can read it.
We don't want to try and teleport inside, right?
No, I don't think that's safe. I think we need to activate the portal, whatever kind of portal it is. Because if we just teleport on the other side of the wall, there's the big fire over there. But it surrounds the tower.
Perhaps
To keep people out of the fire.
seem to have this component. Have you ever considered maybe there's some...
I don't know what you
cut
said.
out.
It cut out at the important part.
Have you ever considered there might be something within the tower to unlock? Have we ever investigated that deeply before?
Can't get in there.
That's what
The
we're trying to
fire
get in.
kills everyone who goes in there.
I see.
I'm gonna repeat that Shadowhari name out loud.
Okay. Nothing happens in response to it.
What is the name? Like, what is on there?
Vonale.
Yeah, Vonalles.
Vonale. Okay.
She's obviously French Shadowhari.
Yeah. One of the notable human families because the Shadowheart are human and tiefling predominantly. You have probably heard of the Von Alle as one of the human clans.
Human clan from Shadowheart.
The only thing I
Okay.
can think of is that the missing link might be fire, but because everything around here is fire, everything's linked to the fire.
You also mentioned there was a passageway, correct?
No,
No.
there's no passageway. You approach the fire and it rocks your brain something fierce.
I see.
At least it does to tieflings.
It's none too good for humans either.
Yeah, immolates humans.
No. They ran in the. I see. You don't have any other kinds of keys or anything on you that you have found?
Not on my person. I mean, what a...
Okay, so I'm gonna try something different then. I'm gonna go up to the spot in the wall that they went through. Did I see them go through?
Jaden, you can make an investigation. Yeah, well, you didn't see the exact space because they were coming in at another angle from the block, but you could reasonably deduct where they would have passed through.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up to the spot where they passed through, and I'm gonna cast an identify ritual.
Okay, you can begin that. Jaden, it's okay. You know, you're thinking about this, and it's, I guess this is one of the cases where a stranger thing hasn't happened to you. But you know how sometimes, maybe if someone is, I don't know, someone's murdered, but you, like, open their hand and there's, like, a scrap of cloth that could indict the murderer because it was torn off their tunic or whatever. Or someone might have, like, in a dramatic thing, maybe you read where they scrawled the name of someone in their blood to, oh, this person killed me, kind of a thing. If you're taking a very, you know, if we're starting by the book, a ground-based approach, there is a piece of evidence, which is this key. Whoops. Piece of evidence that's this key. In fact, you're even around when Bright was trying to solve it. It has a name on it. Is that evidence pointing to a witness or a person of interest for the case being this tower?
Refresh my memory again. The name is
Grimhilder von Alle.
Von Hilda. And this was the demoness that was mentioned by the others.
She was a negative influence that was traveling with Noralai's brother, Lokiadius.
That is tied to Bambarlis' wife, the Fiend.
Yes. She presumably is in cahoots, communication, service, something, to this fiend, who Bambarlis is the ex-husband of.
And wasn't Norlai's brother a addict of sorts, involved in nefarious?
Yes, he was hitting the Luciferase hard.
Then what it looks like is we need to take a visit to the local thieves.
Yeah, but I don't know if Loki is even still alive. I think he probably isn't.
Doesn't need to be. It's enough of a lead to be able to end up getting some direction. Shake the tree enough, eventually have the criminality, especially divided as it is, could end up being used as leverage to end up getting the information we need.
Okay.
What we'll do, because I think we're at our time. I know, Derek, you need to get going, and we'll wind things up. So Lethality, you can go and get Gathering of Nerds. Derek, I think I still owed you a lore bomb from our downtime. the circumstances are such with the discussion you all have been having and with the interactions that you've been having this time that Jaden, you're connecting things. We're going to go into like a Sherlock Holmes. We snap over to things and numbers are whatever.
Do I have time for my my identify to resolve?
Yes.
While that's something on...
Yeah, I'll let you know about that in a second while I got this fresh in my brain here. So Lokiadius, what did he look like? He was running with this Grimhilder apparently, and you're thinking, okay, well, Noralai, so Noralai, you've seen this Noralai character, and for a tiefling, she had some unusual horns, had this coloration, and you're putting just in this moment of illumination under the hellish light of this tower, and a moment. Wait a minute! I found an oddly shaped broken horn piece here after the tower exploded. And there wasn't even a tower here to begin with. But presuming there wasn't exploded... Or no, you didn't find it. You got it from some kids who found it. You hustled those kids who were like, oh, cool, I wonder if this person's dead. And they handed over to you kind of a bluish curved a little horn. And you shook them down and they said, yeah, there was some blue tiefling and a lady who were leaving the old warehouse when it exploded, and they were sent flying. And this is where one of them landed.
The tiefling may be who they're referring to, Noralai's brother.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, the woman then may be the individual we're talking about. And if he was here injured, we're looking for a one-horned blue tiefling.
I think 5, but you still have his horn fragment also.
And he was purple.
Was he purple? I thought he was blue. Maybe a bluish purple.
No, he's purple.
He's blurple?
Norley was
He was a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater at this point.
Well, he certainly was
Yeah.
flying when that
Yeah.
tower exploded, that's for sure. So yeah, you might be able to, if you can find one, you'll find the other, and it might be easier to track down someone who's hopelessly addicted to Luciferase through criminal networks than a shady, fiend worshipper.
Perhaps. It's a lead to look up on.
Oh, I like the sketch. All right. So anyway, we'll leave off on this lore bomb. Jaden, you made a connection, at least when you were Jacob, but you would still have the horn, and the memories of what you found here, the testimony of the kids, that apparently from a warehouse, not a tower, these two people were seen fleeing, but it exploded behind them. They were really injured, and this tiefling lost one of his little horns, and they thought it was cool and picked it up and were playing with it, going, "Oh, gross!" And so yeah, we will leave off
identify?
here. Oh, and I, thank you. My brain is cycling over. All right, so as you identify, there is what's the name of it? It's some kind of conjuration magic, I want to say.
Okay. Most
Talking planet
teleportation
portals or teleportation.
is conjuration.
Yeah, so you're getting a there's nothing really, like, the wall doesn't identify itself as an item or an object or a creature. But with identify, I'll give you kind of a more souped up detect magic in the terms that this seems to be some kind of very you're getting like a potent residue, almost like an ectoplasm, an arcana, like an arcane ectoplasm of conjuration magic in the area where they ran through the wall.
And that doesn't necessarily even mean the wall is special. I mean, there are spells like they could have used like an arcane gate and just walked through it and just appeared, somewhere else, and then just closed it behind them, and there wouldn't even be anything special about the wall.
I'm trying to get their attention.
Yeah, and it didn't. Well, no, we're leaving off. Next thing I would try would probably be sending to Bambardalis. Mordecai only tried message, so sending would be the next thing. So I'm gonna sending to Bambardalis and say, "Hi, Bambardalis. It's Bright, and I'm here with Mordecai and all the others. And we saw you at the tower, and we killed the monster, and then you disappeared, and we'd like to talk to you. That's all. Okay, bye."
Okay. There's a, you compose your message, you send it off. And as far as you know, it was received.
No response?
No response. But it didn't fizzle, it didn't seem to act in a weird way, or it didn't cause a wild magic explosion.
That's good.
You know what? After enough time, where you're like, I'm probably not going to get... You simply get, don't follow. And that is your reply. Well within the 25-word budget.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even use his other 23 words. That's not fun at all. You could have at least sent, like, a little haiku.
Some reason as to why not to follow.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't he know? I mean, he knows about gnomes. He knows that simple thing like that, just saying don't follow, that's gonna make gnomes follow. He probably knew that, because he knew that I'm a gnome, and that means he wants us to follow him.
All the cultural clues are there!
Some of us are a little too inquisitive for our own good. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you and me.
Okay, I know we do need to call it here.
Okay. Yep. If there's things you want to bring up too in the background, let me know, and I will try to. I'm sorry it's been so crazy because of circumstances that I've been burning the candle at both ends. Still, if you got to put something in front of me, even if you got to do it 3 times, put it in front of me 3 times, and I will do what I can to consider, incorporate, give feedback or whatnot, and go from there. So, all right. Well, hey, thank you all for another fun Tuesday. These are fun breaks away from the other stuff that we usually do. I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to next Tuesday to see where, what's going to happen, where this is going to go. Well, I have an idea, honestly. I don't know. There's nothing saying that you all can't say, well, all right, I guess he's going to take care of it, and I don't know, go do something else that you want to do. I won't stop you from it. So yeah, Lethality, did you already take off?
No, I am here.
Okay.
It seems like, given some people being absent, Tabletop Simulator isn't going to be a thing. But there is going to be something coming on the Gathering of Nerds a little later. Something that I might do. Whether that be some VTM workshopping content.
Ah.
Or I've got a couple of games. I might end up playing a game.
Ooh.
One of the two.
All right. Well, if you make sure you list when you go live, simply because I have been not getting a lot of sleep every night. I'm gonna have to go to bed here shortly, so I can't stay up to raid you. But I would encourage all of you out there, give some support to Lethality and the Gathering of Nerds, and he'll post when they go up for whatever game or workshop that's going to be run, and we'll go from there. So I'll see you all around later on Discord and here and there. And I would like to thank our Miss Merkuri, Spectre Deflector, for coming by and for dropping in as this unique character.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
thank you for inviting me.
We have a Spectre Deflector next week.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
fully anticipating it.
Success. Kid.
Yay!
Because like my
awesome. They're
my
my
I think that the thing for out of character is gonna be Cypher wants a rest and then let's go. Just because short rest, that is, because spell slots and action surge and whatnot.
Yeah. As far as that goes,
Mhm.
where are we going?
I was thinking we figure out a way to get into the tower because. As Bright put it very promptly that you tell someone to not follow, it's just going to make them want to follow more. Also, I have no idea, and I also have no idea who this Ben Barnabas is or what his qualifications are. Why am I meant to listen to him?
True. So, yeah, we're gonna follow that guy. How we're gonna find out how to get in there? That's what we're gonna find out next time.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, then we're gonna go raid. We're gonna go raid someone in our community, and I'll call it a night as I work my way into unconsciousness, and I'll see you all around. So thank you again.